come from Haldane, which is a much maligned place. I've always been shocked in my life when I go anywhere outside the Vale. People will know Haldane and they will say, oh, what a terrible place. Oh, I've heard all about it. And it's not the same place I know. Definitely not the same place I know. And I thought it was a wonderful place to grow up because it's bounded by fields and farms. And the people there, largely are Vale folk who moved there. And all my family were round about me, all my cousins. And I thought it was a wonderful time in that community, it still is this day. So I never recognised the Haldane people talked about. But one of the things that got to me was that for some reason or other, the Haldane that I knew didn't seem right either. There always seemed to be a bit missing, because I had a memory as a very small kid being in my dad's car. This was must be 1970, 71. And I remember seeing these huge tenements after a storm. Does anyone remember the storm 69? Yes. Massive storm. It caused a lot of damage in the area. I think a couple of people were killed in that storm as well. There was a tenement in our area, had its roof completely blown off, and it fell through the tenement and nearly killed people. It was pretty violent. And there were tenements, old tenements, down near the Smithy, and I remember them distinctly, because it was the creepiest thing I ever saw. The trees were dark, black, and this like a haunted building looming up, and then it was demolished not long afterwards. And most people that I speak to don't remember it. And I was talking to my dad about it one day. He said, oh, there were tenements there. So that got me thinking, well, why was there tenements there? And I'd always had this feeling that there was something missing about Haldane. And I started studying old maps, and I made a horrible discovery. They demolished it. In the 1930s, the new road, the Levengrove, you know, the road that goes from Gartahan right over to the bypass. In the 1930s, that sliced right through the old Haldane. So the Haldane that I lived in was an extension of the old village, but the old village had been destroyed in 1934. And what had happened was Haldane had bifurcated. So you had Haldane on one side and then Balloch on the other. And the more that I studied this, the more I realised that Haldane was in fact actually the main town, not Balloch. Haldane began there and it grew outwards and down to Balloch. If discovering things like that makes you realise that there's an awful lot of things we take for granted in our areas, and we don't study hard enough to why we're here, how the place first developed. We just accept what we see around about us. And all my life I've never been satisfied with what people tell me. So I tend to go and I love history. I absolutely love history. I love the history of the Clyde, the history of the Vale. And then marrying this with this discovery about Haldane being a lost village, in fact, I dug deeper and deeper and deeper, and discovered that actually Dumbarton itself, and the whole of the Vale of Leven, was probably, in its day, in early days, the most important region in the whole of the British Isles. Which would shock a lot of people. It certainly shocked me to discover this, but it's almost undeniable now. So I thought, well, nobody really knows the story of these places. Especially these days, because we only take relevance from roundabout as immediately. And as I say, when I started talking, people say, oh, that Haldane is a terrible place. And the worst people to do that actually tend to be people who live in their towns. They tend to put their own towns down all the time. Oh, it's a terrible place. They love it, but it's still a terrible place. And they don't look wider than that normally. And I started off doing a guide from top of Tinker's Lawn to Stony Mullen Road. Because it's a fascinating journey in itself. It's a wonderful walk to go up there and see the loch and its glory. And if you start at the top of Tinker's Lawn, you get a good view of the whole of the Vale of Leven. And I did a rough guide. And a bit like what you yourself said, that you start off with writing a short story, it becomes a novel. Well, this rough guide became a pamphlet, and became a small book, and then it became this one. And the way I did it was to simply do something enthusiasm run riot. I had no real coherent objective with this. And I just started collecting all the notes I've made over the past 20, 30 years, put them together, sat down, looked at them and said, what's the most interesting facts here? Or the most interesting stories, or the most interesting contentious points. And I thought, well, one, it's the discovery that Haldane isn't just a housing scheme, that it's one of the oldest medieval settlements in in Dumbartonshire. Secondly, that Dumbarton itself was, at the time of the Romans, considered to be the most important city in Britain. And then the other discovery was that Balloch is the root of the Scottish royal lineage. Because of course it was there that the Stuarts married into the old Earls of Lennox. And from them came the Stuarts of Darnley. And they gave Mary Queen of Scots and so on. And they moved down to London, took the power down there. So really Balloch is the home for Oxford. And you look at it now and you can't really see anything remotely connected to it. So what I did in the book was take people through piecemeal and a bit at a time, try and when you're going through the book, take the book with you to the places that I talk about and stand there and imagine what it was like before the railway came, before the factories were built, before they were torn down, before the streets were built, before the shops were built. Clear all that away and you stand at a land that, and this is what comes to the next point, that really does look rather mystical and links us to times of Arthur. And this is another thing that people really don't like me say because it's like, this is just too much now. King Arthur now. All around Dumbartonshire there are monuments to Arthur in a way. There's natural monuments to him. We've got an Arthur seat in Dumbarton, did you know that? Yeah? A lot of people don't, but we have an Arthur seat in Dumbarton. We've got Ben Arthur over there, the Coppola. There's numerous references to Arthur, and there was a King Arthur in Dumbarton called Alclude at the time. And there was a Merlin in Dumbarton as well. He wasn't at the same time as Arthur, but there was a Merlin recorded in Dumbarton as well. And when you think logically, I won't say too much about Greek, by the way. We think logically, if you didn't know this area and you only heard was legends about it, it's legends of a place where there are a huge lake populated with magical islands, with strange hills where fairies live, where there's a hill over by Gartaharn, and if you go by at certain times of the year, it will open up and swallow you whole, and you'll be lost forever. And all these magical tales just grew and grew and grew, and we tend to forget them now because industry and commerce and everything else tend to flatten all that. Back in those days, these legends were well known. So Loch Lomond was probably the origin of all the legends of Arthur, really. But then in other places in Britain, they have an Arthur of their own, or legends of their own, they travel time to their place. But what I wanted to do was, I've said this is a book where once you read it, you will never look at Haldan the same way again. I hope also you'll never look at Balloch the same way again, or indeed the whole of the Daily Dumbarton the same way again. But I think one of the things that I'm trying to get across to people is you live in one of the most magical places in the whole of the British Isles, and it's at a time when you discovered it again. And I am not a writer, it's not really what I do, but I have a passion for it, and anybody who's got stories to tell, I would urge you to do it. Just damn well do it, get it down, because nearly everybody in here has got a wealth of stuff, and if you don't tell the story and write it down, generations to come won't hear it, and you'll lose the legends, you lose the tales, you lose your time of your life, and maybe one day, in 50 years, 100 years time, someone will say, where's the damn somebody put that in the book? So if you've got something, do it for yourself. Thank you.
I feel like they can read that was absolutely good. I mean, that's fascinating in terms of local history. In terms of you folk, it's fully local, brought some copies.
I brought copies.
Excellent. I'll catch you later for a wee coffee.